Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the coding of our program called the translator, which has this quiz in it also. I'm going to just explain the coding of the quiz. So here you can see that we have a quiz, and you can also learn here the dialect of Artsakh. In here you can see that there's a link to our translator, which my friend will explain the coding of the translator in her video. So I'm going to start with the HTML file. Here I just gave it a title and the link to our other program, the translator. Here I linked it to my CSS file, which I'll explain it later, and also here to my JavaScript file. For the background, I just made a link to an image, JPEG image, and here I made a form, which you can see is this one, the quiz one. And I just made for every question, I just made a P and gave three inputs that the type is radio. So you can choose from three answers and you can just choose the right one. And here I gave it a value, so whatever you want to put in it, you have to put in the value so everyone can see. Here I just gave it an ID and a name. I did the same for other questions, and after that I just put an input that the type is a button. I gave it a value veg, which means you're ready to submit and you have answered all the questions. And here I said when you click on the button, on click, it goes in the check function, which I'll explain it in the JavaScript file. So after that I made another form called learn. I just gave it an ID and a name, so with this ID I can style it in my CSS file, which you will see later. I just gave whatever it needs in the form. As you can see here, it has various learning material, and when I closed it, I just made other IDs called after submit, message, and number correct, which I'll explain it in the JavaScript. So in our JavaScript code, as I mentioned in my HTML, there was a function called check. Here's the function. It has 6 variables in it, and variables in it, sorry, which has the value of every question and its answers. Here I made another variable called correct, which the value is 0. So here with the conditions, you can see that I made a condition for every question, and I say that if the first question is equal to this value, which you can see in the quiz, then this is correct. So if you check the answer that has this value in it, so that's correct. I did this for all the 5 questions, and after that I made another variable called message, which is an array with length 4, and here I gave a comment like "Shad lave," great or bad, or you can do better, and so on. Another variable called range, which I'll explain it in this condition. So I made another condition which I say that if the correct answers is less than 2, you should go and pick the range 3. So what is range? Here I made a document.getElementById message, as you can see here, the variable, and I say that the arrays in that message variable will be the range. So here when I say range is equal to 3, it goes in the message and gives the array 3, which is going to be this one. I just did the same thing for all the other answers that you put in the quiz, and here I again called after submit with document.getElementById, and I say that whenever the quiz is done, you just you just do the visibility and you make it visible. So whenever you press the button after submit, the button I told you here, the input that I gave that you're finished with the quiz, here it's going to be visible, and in that after submit it's going to say that you wrote 2, 3, or 4 correct answers. And for my style CSS file, I just change the color, font size, whatever it needs, the background, the margins for every detail that I gave to my quiz. So here you can see the quiz. I said that I gave every element an ID, so I can style it in here. So when I want to style it, I just made a hashtag quiz, so you can see that this is for the quiz, this is for the text box, and so on. So after that, you can here see that if I just put one correct answer and I submit it, here you will see that it says that you have one correct answer, and actually you suck, so you have to try again and until you have the right answers. Actually, you have the answers here. If you just read them, you can get this quiz very well. You can do the quiz very well. Thanks for watching.